Your next match is set for one fall, and it is for the Atomic Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship.
Champion electing to come out first here. Wesley Jaccinor, the courier, flanked by Coach Dan.
James, and in his hand again is that briefcase.
Jaccinor showing a new side to his personality here, and he's shown at least one athlete the wrong side of that briefcase, attacking Andy Header on his way to a disqualification loss, but still a cruiserweight title retention last month. You have to say, it looks good around his waist.
It really does. Again, we know the caliber of athlete Wesley Jaccinor is.
Yeah, and Jaccinor, we may be looking at the future here, much as we may have been with Erica Lee. Jaccinor may be the future of the heavyweight division.
James, what was that? A handshake from Coach Marks, and Marks is heading to the back.
And we had some questions about Coach Dan. Coach Dan ejected for, I believe it was 30 days by Max Tempest last month.
Yeah.
Back here in duty, but Jaccinor seems to feel he doesn't need him.
You think maybe that was Coach Marks' way of saying, yeah, you've got this, kid?
Battle here, Romeo Castillo.
That's military expert, Romeo Castillo.
M.E.R.C, M.E.R.C. This, I believe, M.E.R.C's third or fourth appearance in an Atomic ring.
That vest looks loaded.
You know, we can only hope it's just props. He doesn't have some plastique in there or something.
Oh, God, hopefully I'm sick of hearing about bombs myself right now.
Or whatever those two fluids were that they combined in that one Die Hard. That stuff was pretty rad.
One of my favorite Christmas movies.
That was real too, right?
It sure was.
Okay, all right.
Introducing first, the challenger, weighing at 205 pounds, from Blackwater, Maryland, military expert, Romeo Castillo. His opponent, weighing at 205 pounds, from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, is reigning and defending ACW Cruiserweight Champion, the Courier, Wesley Jaccinor.
Look at the composure from Jaccinor, only beginning to break now.
James, I'm not sure if you can hear him. Wesley saying, I'm just here to do my job.
And I mean, any professional wrestler could say that, but Jaccinor, with this business-like attitude of his, and that earpiece, who is he talking to with that? Is he talking to Coach Dan? I mean, I've asked this before.
Yeah, we had thought this last time we saw Wesley. The Courier, I mean, out to deliver something.
Well, you have to imagine he's here to deliver some punishment to Romeo Castillo, as we're going to have to watch Wesley Jaccinor, the Cruiserweight Champion, disrobe here.
I'm getting ready.
Oh,
We're
well,
ready here.
It was a very soft.
Ready.
It was one ring, and it was very quiet. You're very excited by Wesley Jaccinor, aren't you?
time. People thought maybe bringing the bell early would get him to disrobe a little quicker, perhaps.
Well, that's the question. That's the magic question. What is in that case?
Jaccinor yelling to start the match. M.E.R.C wants to know what's in the briefcase.
It's really moot what's in that case. We're here to do battle. This contest originally was scheduled to be Jaccinor against CZW icon and cruiserweight innovator Ruckus. It's too bad we couldn't get him here tonight. But M.E.R.C trying to make a name for himself here and perhaps wrest the championship gold away from Jaccinor. Jaccinor with the headlock, barely escaping is Castillo. Controlling the wrist lock. Good solid stance.
Hopefully we can reschedule that match with Ruckus. I think Ruckus versus Wesley Jaccinor is a match that I think the fans here at Atomic really wanted to see.
Castillo blocks a right hand from Jaccinor. Wants to go back to the grappling. Can't blame him. It's my favorite part of the game. Jaccinor breaks the wrist lock. Excuse me, the waist lock. And now Castillo stuck in the situation. Castillo could look for the ropes, trying to get the elbow in there. He's got it. Ooh! Small wrist lock there, a small joint lock. Good control from Castillo, and you don't see that every day.
As Wesley screaming in pain.
Great headlock takeover. Jaccinor right back to his feet. A hip toss from Castillo.
Hey, when you see somebody like military expert, you're not going to think joint manipulation.
No, and a lot of military hand-to-hand training is much more brutal than even professional wrestling. I mean, it's absolutely.
But given your background, this is something that you enjoy quite a lot, seeing from Romeo Castillo here.
Yeah,
tonight.
absolutely. I could do this all day. It's different fans like different aspects of the pro wrestling game. Some
Naturally.
people like the high flyers. Some people like a little more pageantry. I am a grappling fan, and for my limited appearances in a modern ring, since I'm no longer 19 like when I started, I think you can see that.
M.E.R.C thinking about the briefcase.
Jaccinor worried about that case, yeah, and suckers in Castillo, who impacts the bottom turnbuckle. Jaccinor pretty happy with himself over that one. Stomping away at Castillo. Jaccinor checking on the case. There must be something very valuable or very important inside that case. Irish whip out of the corner. Jaccinor following into the back elbow.
Big back elbow with Jaccinor. You can see that burst of speed too. I mean, Jaccinor is strong and that tall, lanking look, but real strong. It can be really fast too.
Yeah, Jaccinor's a young man in the prime of his life. I mean, look, he's got to be at about 8% body fat. He looks like an absolute killer, and he is really putting it on Castillo here. Although raking the eye across the top rope doesn't require an amazing physical build.
Jaccinor, time to jaw with the fans here too.
Jaccinor set to drop some elbows here. We've seen this one before.
Warning, M.E.R.C, don't you ever look at my briefcase.
Jaccinor looking for the pin here. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for Castillo. Referee Larry Pease has to keep his eye on the action here, and apparently on the luggage as well. And Jaccinor has come a long way in a short amount of time, Ryan. I mean, earlier this year we remember a contest between him and Jack Hershey. Beautiful sweep at Reverb, where he really dominated.
And then James, he mysteriously disappeared for a while.
Yeah, took some time off, and he came back, and it wasn't long after his return that we saw him morph into the Courier. And it seems, whatever this direction is that he's taking, it seems to be helping him. Because look at this. I mean, he's really, really taking it to Castillo here. With an experience deficit. Oh, great lock there.
yelling. Do you see it?
That there is a wrist lock from hell, and Castillo into the ropes.
This is actually a new side of Wesley, a much more aggressive.
Yeah, and that move, it's akin to a short arm scissors. You could see the one hand or the wrist trapped inside the joint, and then you crush the arm down around that, in addition to the deformation of the wrist. And that is painful, and painful in a way that not a lot of people are used to. Castillo off the ropes, tucks a clothesline. Here's a rear waist lock. Thinking about a German suplex.
M.E.R.C holding on.
Trying to roll into a couple of them. And one more for Jaccinor.
Still has those fingers locked.
Castillo wants another one. Jaccinor. He's dead weight here. And a straitjacket suplex, and Jaccinor.
M.E.R.C can capitalize. We could have a new cruiserweight champion.
3 suplexes in a row, and the courier kicks out. And that's what it's all about. I mean, Castillo has the military background. Jaccinor, the courier, the rookie. I mean, what we're talking about here is strikes, submissions, and suplexes. It's the pro wrestling game at its finest, and these two are really going for it.
M.E.R.C in control here.
Goes to the midsection.
M.E.R.C obviously wrestling a very different style that we would have seen out of somebody like Ruckus. So you have to wonder if you plan for Ruckus and you get somebody like a M.E.R.C, how much that throws you off your game plan.
Well, absolutely. And I have to guess that Jaccinor at this stage in his career is probably over-planning. As a rookie, he's probably overthinking everything. And not to mention, he has that support staff. He's got Coach Dan in his corner he can talk to for advice. And I'm not sure if Saren Faust counts as advice.
M.E.R.C going back to the briefcase here. What? Uh-oh.
Castillo now has his hands on that briefcase. He wants to know what's inside it. Don't we all? And a knee from Jaccinor.
Jaccinor warned him not to touch his briefcase.
The question is going to remain unanswered as a rake to the eyes that Castillo can't see. Jaccinor, what is that? Oh, no.
James,
the handcuff.
That's the handcuffs that he brings to the ring with him.
Jaccinor, this is not legal. You cannot handcuff a man to the ring. Peace is on the verge of throwing this one out. Oh, and now matters are getting worse. It's just going to go downhill from here.
Larry's
Jaccinor with the case. That's an easy call for referee Peace. A disqualification for Jaccinor yet again.
Jaccinor claiming he's here to do it. No, come on!
Jaccinor laying waste to Castillo there.
Clubbing him with that.
And the handcuffs broke.
Your winner by disqualification, military expert Romeo Castillo.
That is what you get for trying to learn the mysteries of the courier, and Romeo Castillo may not have the opportunity to make that mistake twice.
Wesley warned him not to touch it.
ACW Cruiserweight Champion, the courier, Wesley Jaccinor.
They might have to get some help out here for M.E.R.C. James, if Wesley's job tonight was to leave the Cruiserweight champion, then he came and he did his job.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Win be damned.
The question becomes, what do officials do with a champion like Wesley Jaccinor, who essentially refuses to wrestle these contests to a pinfall or submission? And here we go again.
Wesley again, come on!
Jaccinor refusing to relent, adding emphasis to the statement he's made here to both Castillo and the rest of the locker room. Do not get in the courier's way.